Hello there and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to talk about projectiles. Projectiles? What's that? Yeah, that's something if you never heard of them, I'm going to show you. For those who already know it, I will show you how to get them. And to see those, we have to go to our base. And so on the bottom right of the main screen, there's the base. Click it. Then you have the exterior, then click to get inside your base. And there on the ship hangar or the armory, you can see it. I just click the armory and we have a look inside. There you have ship skins, projectiles, ship cloaking, and ship abilities. We go to projectiles and there you see a lot of different phases, beams, pulses, disruptors, torpedoes, whatever. And those you can get for your ships. And as you can see, once again, they are uncommon, rare, and epic with the usual colors. The green are the uncommon, the blue are the rare, and the epic are purple. And you see there's a lot of shooting going on at the moment. We have an event where you need to shoot a lot of hostiles. So I said 3 ships on auto level. If you don't know what that is, go through my playlists and have a look because auto level is really important as well. And there's a video on that. But let's talk about the projectiles. Some are just nice to see, just nice add-on when your ship is in armadas or fighting hostiles. You see those different projectiles when you fight with your ship, when you equipped it with it. And let's start with the plasma beam. That's one of those that just look nice. You need 25 shards for it. How you get shards, I'll tell you a bit later. And it just looks nice. But there are some, like with the ship skins, that have abilities. But the plasma beam just looks nice, the same as with the fusion beam. It just looks nice, but it has no special ability. And then let's go through the rare ones first. The first rare one is the photon pulse, and it also just looks nice. It has no special ability, but it costs 50 shards. Then we have the plasma blasts. They need 50 shards as well, but they already have a bonus because it increases critical hit damage by 5% of the base. So not of all your critical hit damage, just the base. But it already has a bonus, so that's one that's already nice. Then we have the positron phaser. It increases damage by 10% of base and not just only looks good. And then, was there? No, I did the fusion beam. Then we have the epic ones. They are the ionic disruptors. They just look good, but they look really good. But you need 75 shards. Then the refractive beam. Looks good, but also has a bonus. It increases all penetration stats by 20% of base, and you need another 75 here. Then we have the cryonic blast. Looks good, looks like snowflakes, and increases damage by 20% of base. Then we have the Triskelion torpedo. Looks good and increases protected cargo by 20% of base, so that's one for a survey ship. Then we have the temporal torpedo. It increases damage by 20% of base versus armada targets. So this is a projectile that is good against armadas. Then we have the Cardassian disruptor. This one increases critical hit damage by 25% of base. So a nice one, but you also need 75 shards here. Then we have the anti-proton disruptor. It increases cargo capacity by 30% of base, so another one for your survey ships. Oh, and before I go ahead, what you see here might depend on your level, so you might not see all of them. It might depend on events coming up, so there are new ones, and they are adding some over time. So when you see this video after quite some time after I made it, there might be some you are seeing that are not part of this video, but it's just because they are adding projectiles and ship skins and stuff like this over time. But then we have the Polaron beam. That increases critical hit damage by 20% of base versus Borg enemies. So it's a Borg weapon usually. Then we have the Borg cannon. It increases hull health by 25% of base. And we have the energy focused beam. Looks like a species 8472 firing projectile, doesn't it? It increases piercing against armadas by 20% of base, so another armada projectile. Those projectiles, the most of them you will only occasionally be able to get via events. I don't have so many of them yet because I concentrated on other stuff, but there are sometimes events where you can get some. We have one at the moment where you can get some of those. That's why I'm going to events and the event store. And at Supreme Choice at the moment, you can get some of those. You can get the Polaron beam, the bore cannon projectile, and the energy focused beam projectile. And if you have the rewards from the event to buy them, you can get a full set because the whole 75 shards. And there are from time to time events where you can get them. But there is another source for other projectiles in your weekly Apex Outlaw event. That is every week if you reach a certain level on this game. And there, no, that wasn't the one. I just did the video on the ship skins. That's why I had the Apex in mind. No, the Apex wasn't it. And I'm not cutting this out because I don't want these videos to be too perfect like on my main channels where I do this professionally. This game is supposed to be fun and playing is supposed to be fun. And I'm making these videos to help you having fun. And so I'm not scripting this. I'm doing these videos on the go because that's how we deal with this game. I give you a lot of information that can help you with this game, especially when you're new to Star Trek Fleet Command. But I don't want it to look like something polished, overproduced, or whatever. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. And if the game crashes, what often happens, it hasn't happened today while filming yet. I'm quite surprised. Then I leave it in because that's the reality of the game. But going back to where you can get those, at the Amalgam refinery, you can get some of those. You can get the refractive beam projectile, where you get this one, and you get projectile shards that you can use individually on some epics. Then you have the rare ones where you get those projectile shards that you can use individually. And you have the uncommon ones. No, it's the Plasma Blast. It was green, but that's why I said uncommon. But you also get the rare projectile shards that you can use individually. And that's another source here where you can get them. But the main source for those seriously is the event. And like everything else, like ship skins and whatever, of course you can always buy them in the Scopely store. But if you don't want to pay real life money for it, events and this store are the ways to get them. It's a grind, but in time you can get there. And I had to make the decision today again. I took a ship skin instead of a projectile set because I like the ship skin more. But you have to make the choice yourself in the events what you want to pick. So others on my level probably will have a lot of more projectiles than I have, but it's a matter of priorities you set yourself. But it's a nice thing to have. Some just look good because I got some very early in the events when on this server, and so I have one just for looking nice. But some really have bonuses you might need, so you have to choose for yourself if you have the chance to get some, which one you want, and that's completely up to you. But it's not my big priority. Others might see it differently, but I preferred some ship skins, I must say. But if you don't know what ship skins are, there's already a video that came out yesterday about ship skins as well. And if you like this channel, by the way, please subscribe to this channel so you won't miss when I publish another video. And if you like this video especially, please give it a thumbs up. If I forget something, or if you want to comment on something, on your priorities, or just say hello, I'm happy about every comment. There are a lot of opinions on certain things of the game, so I'm not saying that I'm the wise guy here. I'm just trying to help, especially new people on this game, to have fun with the game. And if you have suggestions for videos, please don't mind to write it as well. Some people from my alliance already asked me for certain videos and I did them. And so I don't mind if you put it in the comments as well if you would like to know about a certain thing. And if you're missing how to equip a ship with the projectiles, or like yesterday with the ship skins, that's a topic for a different video. I will make a single video on that one because I don't want them to be too long, so you have to stick to the screen for too long to get some information. And so I make them as long as necessary but as short as possible. And that's why I already say, if you're interested in other topics like ships, crews, buildings, whatever, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.